Hello, everyone. My name is James Darian, and welcome back. I am here to go on a bit of a rant again. As you can say, I brought out one of my t-shirts. I've actually had this one since like middle school. My mom thought it was very fitting for me, just as an inside joke. But it actually is very relevant for our topic today because I've been a bit. I suppose I would say annoyed about the Chauvin trial. Not because I care to take Chauvin's side. I don't care to take the side of anyone who really gets involved in any of... I don't care about the political stuff or too much of what happened in a direct George Floyd incident. What I care about is all of the messed up leadership and correspondence around that trial. There is, first off, no way that trial is going to be fair. Obviously, it's not fair. Most of the lawyers for the prosecution are private lawyers. It's got intense media coverage everywhere and very explicitly biased media coverage everywhere. And riots, threats going out of more rioting. It is completely designed to taint the jury pool, and there's no way they could do a retrial. There is no way they could do a retrial because they'll never be able to find more jurors. Even what they have, I mean, what are the odds that they haven't been grossly influenced by the internet at this point, by opinions about Chauvin and about George Floyd? How the heck is that not possible? We have the prosecution wanting to have made references to Jesus Christ with George Floyd. It's so fucking stupid. And all I have to say is Minnesota fucking deserves it. I don't care. If you are a resident there and you did not support this stuff, I'm sorry for you. I am truly sorry for you. And honestly, more than Minnesota, our country deserves it. Because the fact is, we continue to elect these people who just lead us horribly, who take these immensely political and targeted approaches in order to rile people up. We keep electing them. Whether or not you voted for the person, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter at this point. In the end, we are a country. We accept who wins. And looking at that acceptance, what do we have now? We have politicians saying they better make the right decision. Oh, Maxie Waters. We have all of this tension on it. We have all the politicians referencing George Floyd as if he's some kind of godly saint. Even the initial coverage, when this first came out, and they were talking about it, it was all one camera's perspective, and there was no nuance, no asking, is there any kind of procedure for why he is meant to maintain his restraint on the person who is resisting arrest? Was he resisting arrest, actually? We didn't even know that. Was he backup? Were there other things going on? Was George Floyd on drugs? Which he was. Were there other circumstances? No one asked that. Initial coverage didn't give a shit. I even remember, you can look at Tim Pool, you can look at Adam Cast. Both of them explicitly said, hey, he looks like a good guy. Actually, Adam was on Tim Cast back then, but whatever. They were just the first two who came to mind. And those guys are definitely more centrist and more in the know. They get involved in actually in searching out the information. And even from them, you get that kind of coverage. So I'm going to say, is it the direct fault of the citizens that the media and that their politicians are doing this? No. But they represent you. So therefore, it is your fault. Or it is your blame. That's why I broke out this old shirt, because I'm frustrated. I'm so frustrated because there is so much going on, and I believe that the U.S., we have completely, what's the word I'm looking for? We have completely removed consequences from our actions. We have separated consequences from our choices, from our who we vote for, from who represents us. We have removed everything from being our personal responsibility. That's the fact of it. Maybe there are some individuals who take personal responsibility for some of this stuff, but even if there are some who do that, it broadly across our culture, across the spectrum of our political action, across our people, that just isn't the case. It's a major problem. It really is. So let it burn. That is honestly what I say, because we need people to realize that what we do, everything we do, has consequences. If we don't act with purpose in everything we do, especially when it comes to political matters, especially when it comes to creating the laws and the response and the way we zoom in and focus on specific issues, if we don't take any responsibility for how that stuff is covered and responded to, then it's going to be abused. It's going to be abused. It's going to be disastrous. It's going to lead to the results where we have CNN talking about how if it bleeds, it leads. And everyone already knew that if it bleeds, it leads. That's been a saying for a while. But you get the admittance of that when you watch the Project Veritas tapes of them literally talking about it. You can see all these things. They actually do it. We know they do it. And yet, so many of us continue to give power and strength to these organizations. And especially with politicians, this is horrible, because they're supposed to represent us. How many politicians even live inside of their districts? How many people vote for people to represent them who live outside of their districts? And then you have the people who just choose not to vote. Oh, well, we won't win. Great, you gave up. You ceded. It's as much your fault as the people who voted for him, because you didn't do anything to promote anyone else. You didn't do anything to promote an alternative candidate. You didn't say, Nancy Pelosi's pretty awful. Maybe a Republican won't win here, but maybe there's a better Democrat who could run. No, you're not doing that. You're not. Most people aren't. That's the thing. Even if there is, we're not even putting up alternative candidates within the same party. There's nothing being done. There is no responsibility being taken. Congress has what? A 10-20% approval rating? Yet individual local representatives have a fucking 80% approval rating. 70-80%. In many cases. It's just nationally that they're so disliked. But no one has the Constitution to think, maybe we bear some responsibility for that national outlook. Maybe there's a reason there is such a lack of unity in our nation. Maybe there's a reason for so much conflict building. Maybe we're nominating and electing people who thrive off of this conflict building, who want to see it happen, want to see it grow. So who's to fault? Who's to blame? Is it the people who do what we know that they're gonna do? Yes, sure. But really, is it fully their fault? We know they're gonna do it. We know how vindictive these people are. How many people keep voting in McConnell? Voting in Pelosi, voting in Waters, voting in all of these neo-libs, neocons, and insanity. Hypocrites. How many votes did AOC get last time? How many is she going to get next time? Even though she's completely flipped on calling the kids with cages freaking concentration camps to now facilities with controversial histories. She's the one who made it controversial. She's the one who brought attention to it. And good on her. Because Trump did end up closing a lot of those. But you know what? Fuck it all. Fuck it all. Now that she's got the power, she's going to use it. She's going to defend it. She's going to say, oh, it's not as bad now that we're doing it. We're controlling it, so it's better. We see it. We know it. They're actors. They don't care about you. They're pretending to care about you. We always know it. We always talk about it. They don't even live in your district. So how are they going to know what any of the real issues facing the people within your district are? They're not a part of it. They're not a part of your community. They spend most of their time either in their multi-million-dollar homes with an S, usually, or in Washington, or just not near you. Not seeing what's really affecting the day-to-day people. How often do they do community service within your community? Or are they just going to other places nationally to do photo ops, like AOC? It is so bullshit. And our people, our citizenry, deserves responsibility for so much of this. And we have taken none. So, let it burn. Let the consequences fall. Because, quite frankly, consequences are a saintly value. Being able to face and engage and endure the troubles, the challenges, the outcomes, and knowing that, hey, I have responsibility for that. No matter how big or small, no matter how many steps away from you it is. What's the saying? There's 6 degrees of separation between people. No matter how many degrees it is, it's not really that far away. I'm a bit frustrated with the ethos of America these days. Because, quite frankly, one, people tend not to really care. They say they care, but they're not going to have a good faith engagement most of the time. 2, people don't take responsibility. And you deserve responsibility not just for your side, but for the other side. You're engaging each other. If you can't find a way to engage the other side, then that's a problem. You need to be able to do that. One way or another, even if it's hard, even if it's a struggle just to have a conversation, it needs to happen. But no, these days the propaganda just completely controls everyone. They make you hate your neighbors, and you should hate your neighbors. Not because they have different political beliefs than you. But you should hate them and you should hate yourselves for abdicating all of your responsibilities. And for saying, well, I was just trying to do the right thing. I just voted for what I believed in. Where's the action? Where is the responsibility? Where are the consequences? And what are you going to do about it when things don't go the way you think they should go? Throw your hands in the air and say, well, I tried. Say, well, I meant well. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. People forget that. And it's important to remember. Anyhow, I think I'll call that a wrap for now. I don't like making my rants super long, but here we go. Another rant for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.